Hi. You know, I'm just gonna tell you just a little short story about me, of my life. I didn't know how to start anyway, but I'm just gonna say or start anywhere. It's, because if I had to keep saying all of it, it's gonna have to be a long way. You know, I was raped at the age of 5, and until today, neither my family nor I couldn't find the rapist. He just disappeared into the thin air. And mom had to send me out of the family, within the family, with friends like that. And then she sent me there to go and live with her friend who gave birth and all that. That was 4 years after I was raped. So I was 9 years old. I went there and I lived with them for 5 years. They promised I was going to go to school, they were going to put me through school and all that. I just need to take care of their kids, and that's it. I accepted it, and I went, and then after I got there, it was not what she said. I mean, everything was upside down. She never put me to school, neither did she attended to. And while with her, she put me through a lot of things. She made me go through a whole lot of things, like hell, a lot of things. She made me eat food that's soured. When I mean soured, food that got maggots in them. And when I got to eat good food, it's not enough for me for 2 days. And she did a lot of things to me, a lot of bad things. A lot of things that a child at my age then would strangle herself to death. And after that, 5 years later on, I had to do what I had to do to leave her house because she was not ready to send me back home. And then once in a while, I tried to talk to my mom. She said I should stay there. If I come back home, what will I do? Would she feed me and my younger ones? I am the first of my family, actually. So I was there for 5 years, and after 5 years, I couldn't take any more of what she was doing to me. And then I left. I did what I had to do to leave, to make her send me out. I did a very terrible thing, yeah. But then that was all I had to do to make her believe that. The next thing the next thing I will do is to put poison for her and her entire family to just eat and die all at once. And then she sent me back. And by the time I got home, My mom was already married. She got remarried to another man. She divorced my dad and already had 2 kids. I got home and it was fun meeting my family. I was really excited to meet my family once again. But then the man which my mother got married to, the demon. I call him demon. He knows that I call him demon. I don't know whatever he did to make my younger sister call him father. We are just 2 from my dad, 2 girls. We're 3 actually, and then we lost 1, so we are 2. And I was living with them for quite a while. You know, he tried to make my younger sister respect him and do all the things he wanted and then call him father. But you know, when you meet someone, there's this blood alliance that has to align with you and this person. And then this makes you feel, yeah, you can accept this person as someone who is close to you or someone who is not close to you or as an enemy. From the beginning, from the moment I stepped into that house, there was nothing good about that house. Let's talk of the man, the owner of the house. But I had to stay there because of my mom and my younger sister. So this man tried all he could to make me his turn to him. I mean, do whatever he wants. Actually, he's a herbalist. Herbalist, yeah, I can say that. Juju man. So he tried everything he can to make me fall for whatever he's doing, like accept him as a father and all that. And then he was like, if you can accept me as a father, I am gonna put you through school. But then what can I do to accept you as a father when I don't even see you as a human? Whenever I fall sick, he tried to give me some medicine to make me get better, and what he brings for me is a charcoal with water, and then he asked me to drink it. I refused. He tried doing 1 or 2 things to get me closer to him, and then I refused. And one day something happened. My mom went to the shop very early, and she told me that I had to dress up my younger ones and then send them to school. And she left. At 7 a.m. I dressed up my younger ones, and then probably at 7:30 I sent them off to school. And I was just arranging the house. My younger sister already left for school also, so it's just me alone in the house. So I have to finish the chores and then join my mom at the shop. So I was just cleaning the house, and I was just tying wrappers. At this point, I was 15 years old. 15 years old. So while I was sweeping, someone came in. I had when someone came in, but I thought that whoever comes in, it's only someone who knows the key to the house, because usually when you're inside, you lock it with the key from inside. So I locked it, and then I was just cleaning the house, and then someone came in, and then they just opened the door. So I thought, yeah, maybe the man must have come back home. So I didn't bother to look back and know who was that. And then what I noticed was someone just grabbed me behind my back. I was like, just let me do once, like, just let me do once, just let me do once. I was like, let you do what? I don't understand. And then he said, don't I want to enjoy what my mom is enjoying? What is it that my mom is enjoying that I have to enjoy? Because all the times I've been here, she's been suffering. She don't get what she is supposed to be getting from her husband. So I don't know what you want, what you're talking about. And he was like, I should just let him put the cap and all of that and all that stuff. And at this point, he was trying to force me. But then I had to scream. And one of the neighbors came knocking. I was like, why am I screaming? And then he was like, okay, I should just go. So immediately, I couldn't even finish the house chores. I just dressed up and then went to the shop to meet my mom. And when I got to the shop, I met my mom standing just at the door of her shop. And she was just on call. So I just waited till she finished with the call, because I wanted to explain what happened. And then the moment she dropped the call, she just gave me a slap. I was shocked. I was surprised. Like, I was wondering what happened. Why would she just give me a slap? And then I asked her. She said, so that all I learned from a place I went to in Abuja is how to seduce men, people's husband. And I've worn around that the person I see to seduce is her own husband. Whoa. And I was like, okay, I couldn't explain. I tried to, she was just cutting me short, shouting at me, calling people that you can imagine what her daughter is doing. And while this was going on, the husband drove by to the shop, and then was like, that I'm a very stupid girl, that she gotta arrest me, call the police. And immediately my mom called the police, and then they arrested me. While at the police station was trying to maltreat me. They were using rulers, iron rulers, to hit my mouth. My mouth was all wounded and swollen with the bleeding and all that, forcing me to say what I didn't do, what I didn't know about, what I did not even imagine or dreamt of it. This continued for about 4 to 5 hours within the day. I got tired. I fainted. And then I woke up. They watered me, yeah. And then I woke up, and they were like, I should remain there because my mom, they know my mom is not going to come for me, and neither is my stepdad going to come for me. I should just sit there. When I'm ready to talk, I should let them know. But then I couldn't say anything because I didn't do anything. I kept telling them one thing. He is the one who came to me. He was trying to force me anyways. But then no one believed it. And fuck shit with the police people. At 7 p.m. in the night of that day, my mom came to the police station, and then she was like, what am I doing here? Blah, 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 blah. That someone told her that I was in the police station, that I got arrested. And the police people were like, Madam, you arrested your daughter. You called us and then we came and then you said that we should arrest your daughter. So how come you are saying you don't know about it now? She was like, she never did that. Never would she intend to arrest her daughter. For what reason? Okay. And then she bailed me out and I was on my way. We were on our way going back home. And the husband drove out. He was going out and then he saw her and me. And then what he said to her was, that girl is not going into my house anymore. She should find her way. She should find wherever she should go to sleep and not do whatever she wants to do. It's none of her business. None of his business. And you know what? My mom turned to me and told me that I heard what he said. That I have to look for where to go, where to sleep, and how to survive. That was what a mother said to a daughter. I was literally confused. I was short of words. I didn't know what to say to her, to reply back to her. With the injury I had, that I even need to get treated. I was having a very high temperature, a really very high one. And then she just left. The next thing I saw, she sent my younger sister to bring my bags out on the street. But then I imagined, is this my mother? I asked myself, is this really the woman who carried me in a room for 9 months? And went through the labor and gave back to me. Is she really the one? Or maybe someone else who looks like her? Maybe. It's possible. I had to go to a non-computer building close to our house and then just cover myself so I wouldn't get killed by mosquitoes anyways. But I was so scared. I couldn't sleep. I tried to sleep a little bit, but then I just sleep and wake up till morning comes. And then the next day I went to my mom and then she was like, what am I doing here? She already told me what her husband said. I heard what her husband said, that I should leave. Whew. Where will I go? She said she don't know. I should go to my father. I don't even know who my father is. Yeah. I don't know who my father is. Because I left my dad at the age of 5 after I was raped. My mom took us away from my dad at the age of 5. I think that was when they started having a problem or something. But then we were still kids, so we didn't know much about it. So that was the last time I saw my dad. And then, okay, I was wandering around the house, the area, and I was just living with people. Today I go to this one's house and bake. Let me just spend the night. Tomorrow I go to this one's house and bake. Let me spend the night. And then this continues for like a while. And then I had to travel from where my mom is to where she said my dad is. The state where she said my dad is. And then when I went to my dad, it was in hell. It was hell. Like at first, at the beginning, he welcomed me like, oh my God, this is his daughter. He was showing me to everybody, and he was like, oh. First one at the beginning. But then, everything changed all of a sudden. He turned into a monster in a human form. And one day he just woke up and then took all of my clothes and then got it burnt. I didn't know. I didn't know what happened. I tried to confront him and was like, why would you do that? Why would you just get all my clothes burnt? He said that I should not ask him any stupid questions. I was okay. If that is what you want, that's fine. People fall and they stand again. So I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna do something, earn money, and then start to get new clothes. I didn't know what was going on at this point. I think I clocked 16 years already. But then Dad was giving me a really hard time. A really, really hard time. Then I was looking for a job, but it was difficult to get a job anyways. And I had to stick with Dad for his little support. And sometimes he gives, which is normal. Sometimes he gives when he doesn't have, and I understand. But all of a sudden, he just changed. When I asked him, he said he doesn't have, and I know he has. And then the pressure was too much. He asked me to leave the house, that I should go back to my mom, and blah blah blah. Like, I don't know why people just tend to hate me for no reason. So I had to leave. But then I have no other place to go. Like, I left my mom, went my dad, and Dad threw me out. So I had to get to the street. I went to the street where there used to be beggars. I was begging for a while, and then I was able to save about 20,000 as of then. And then I met one girl. She was like, I am still young and I'm beautiful, that I can, instead of me sitting here and begging for money, 10, 20 naira, 15 naira every time, that I can just join her in the hotel where she stays, and all I have to do is to meet men and for a night, for a shot, and just earn money, such amount of money in short time. So what she says was really tempting. Of course, if I beg like this, maybe 2 to 3 months before I will be able to earn 20,000. But in one night, I can earn more than 20,000. So I took up the idea. Then I took the 20,000 which I saved, and then we were sharing the hotel bills. And then I started hustle as a prostitute, as an ashawo. That's the mean name for it. I was hustling and hustling and hustling, meeting men for money and all of that shit. But then Mom called me one day, and then she said that her husband is treating her really bad, that she doesn't understand what was going on, that where am I and what happened to me. I couldn't say anything to her. I got really touched when she said her husband was treating her so bad that she didn't have money to eat. And at this point I was earning, so I sent her some money. And then she thanked me and blah blah blah. I was happy I sent her the money though. But then I wasn't happy with my condition, with the situation I put myself in. And one day I stopped to hustle. Even the hustling was not that much. Like, I don't really do much things. Like, I don't really earn much money. But I had a lot of savings. Yeah, of course I do had a lot of savings. And I was 19 at the spot. I went to different places in Nigeria, different states in Nigeria to hustle and make money, make a living for myself. And one day I decided to travel to go see my mom. I went there, and the husband was like, "What am I doing here?" and blah 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 blah. I told him I didn't come to stay anyway. I just came to see my mom and my younger sister. So I just give her some little money, and then I give my younger sister some little money also, and I just give her some money also to take care of her kids. And I left. And then since then, I think whatever he was doing to my mom that was making her lose her senses was not so active anymore. So time to time, my mom keeps calling me and asking me to check up on me and all that. And then one day she called me and she said, I do go to visit her once in a while though since then. And one day she called me and she said I should not come to visit anymore. That her husband is beginning to complain for my visiting. Oh, okay, that's fine. I didn't know what I was doing though. Neither did I know what I would do next. I couldn't hustle. The stress of meeting another man for money, different kind of men, people who you don't want to see, people you don't even want to imagine. I couldn't go back to the street. And then I was so stranded. I ran out of money. I went to one place called Aba, and I just traveled. I didn't know anyone there. I just traveled there to see if I can find a job actually, because I said there is a place where you can find a job so easy, you can do anything to survive. So I went there and I was just there, and I was just walking around. I got tired of walking around. I got hungry, and I was not having enough money. So while walking, I just stood by a barbing salon, and I was just sitting there. It's just a barbing salon, or it's a film shop, like where they sell movies, Nigerian movies and all that. So in there was this girl and the guy who was sitting in there. And the girl had a little child with her. So I was standing by this shop, and when she came with the girl, and then I was there till late hour, and she was just there discussing. But I was really out of it. Like, I was so stranded. I was just thinking of what not to do. So I wasn't even putting interest in whatever they were saying, and I was so fucking hungry. All my mind was, I wish someone would just drop money right now and then just say, go and eat. You look horrible and all of that. Or God to just drop money from above and then it should just appear in my phones. So she came out, and then she was like, she was already trying to go. So she just like, what are you doing here? Why you were here when I came, and then you look like someone who is lost. So I just had to tell her. I thought I was fine earlier, and then she was like, come on, you don't look like someone who's fine. So we were just walking, and then she was like, walk with me, and we were just walking, and I just told her some little part of it, of the story, and then she was like, okay, this is what's gonna happen. We're gonna go to my house, but then we're gonna lie to her mom, that I am her friend from a church. And I was like, okay. So we went home, and the mom was really cool. She's nice. I mean, she is the nicest woman that I've ever met. And she's the nicest mother that every child would want to have as a mother. And we went home, and then I told the woman that she asked who I was, and then the girl was like, I'm a friend from the church that blah blah blah. I don't know. We just cooked a little lie for her mom to let me stay in the house for the night. And then the mom said okay, and I can stay. The next day, she went to work, and then she was expecting me to go. By the time she returned, and then she met me in the house. And she was like, she called her daughter, and then she was asking her daughter, what am I still doing here? And then she cooked up another lie, and then told her, and then she was like, okay, no problem. And then 2 days later, she came back. No, she wanted to go to the work, and then she just came to meet me. She called me very early in the morning, and she said to me, tell me the truth. That she knows her daughter very well. She knows her children very well. That I can see there are a lot of people in this house. Other people's children. Other people's children which she accommodates in her house. She is a landlady, the owner of the house. A very big, portable house. It rented, and then she just took one part of the flat for herself and her children. So she said, I can see all the children here. They are not her children. That they're other people's children, whom her own children brought home. That the only thing that will make her allow me stay here is if I tell her the truth. Well, of course, I wouldn't want to go. I don't have anywhere to go, so I had to say the truth. And then I told her everything. And then she was like, she got really angry with her daughter that at least this was not something bad, that she would have told her the truth and not cooking up a lie and all that. And then she called the daughter and then confronted the daughter, and then the daughter got angry at me. Why would I tell her and all that? She got angry at me for a while, and then the mom says that I can stay. That if I don't have any place to go, that I should stay here. So I started living with them, and then the daughter was just angry with me. She has 2 daughters, 2 sons, 2 elder sons, and 2 younger daughters. And one of her sons was abroad. She sent one of her sons abroad. And then just 3 of them. One is in school, the son, and the university actually, and the other one is planning to go to the university, which was the girl. and then the last one is in school, in secondary school. So I was living with them for quite a while, and one day something happened. That's all. The girls, whenever they want to go out, they always tell me, Kim, I want to go out. Please, if my mom's come back before us, tell her that we went to church and we went to blah blah. So I was doing this for a while. Whenever the moms comes back and she didn't find them home, I always tell her that they went to church, they went to something, they went to her dad's. Something tangible that she wouldn't complain of. Just to have peace. And then one day she found out that I was lying. Actually, me, the two daughters, we went out together. And then they went to some guy's place. We went to some guy's place actually, and blah blah blah. They were just sitting, a lot of them. And we were just hanging out. So I was busy checking the time because I know when the mom comes back. And then I was telling them, let's go, let's go. They said, chill, don't worry, she's my mom. I know how to handle her. Okay. Chill, she's my mom. I know how to handle her. They couldn't meet up, and the next few hours, it was already late. The mom came back and was waiting for us to come back home. And by the time we got home, she was really, really angry, like really damn angry. And then she was asking me, she didn't ask the daughter, she was asking me, where are we coming from? And the daughter was like trying to say something. She said, I did not ask you, I am asking her. So I had to say that we were coming from her friend's place that was having a birthday. And she said, what is the time? It was really late, around 11 p.m. So she was like, is this how girls in their mother's house comes home? Go out and then comes home late. She shouted, she was really angry and all that. And then she was all angry at me. She wasn't angry at her own children. She was angry at me. And then the next day she went to the shop, without dropping any money for food. And we were so hungry, and we asked her money for food, and then she was like, you guys should contribute money and then cook. Maybe you guys are making boyfriends. Contribute money and cook. You're girls, come on. So one of Cynthia's boyfriend came, and then we were just talking. We were just sitting in the parlor, very tired and hungry. So she was just saying some kind of boyfriend and girlfriend things without going straight to the point and telling him that we are hungry, we haven't eaten. And I had to tell the guy that, please, that we have not eaten since morning and we are so hungry. So this guy gave us money to cook something, maybe noodles or so. So I took the money and I bought spaghetti. I just tried to fix something because the money was really small. It wasn't enough. It was enough for noodles, but spaghetti really had a lot of weight more than noodles. So I got noodles, I got spaghetti, and then I just tried to fix it with something, and we were able to eat it. So after that, after I finished cooking, I went to meet Cynthia, and I asked her, are you eating now? She said, don't worry, I'm not hungry. You guys should just eat. Oh, so I shared the food for everybody who was eating and all that. And then she came back. After the guy left, her boyfriend left, she came, and then she was like, where is my food? You said you were not eating, so I shared it. I shared yours. Like, we all shared it, we all ate it together. And then she was like, this made her hate me a lot. Like, she was so angry. But I was like, it's not my fault. You said you were not eating. And the mom was already angry with me though. So she came back from work that day. I already dished out her own food. And then she came back really late, so there was no way she could cook. When she came back, I just took the spaghetti and then I went to give her. And then she was like, now you're trying to act, you're trying to bribe me. I was like, Mom, it's not like I'm trying to bribe you. I just want to say I'm sorry for what we did. And she was like, okay. She just took the food and she just ate the food, and then she like, not that she didn't eat this food to make me feel like she has forgiven me. And we were cool for some time. But then I missed my mom so much. And then I told her that I wanted to travel. I need to go and see my mom. That I would come back. So she said, okay, fine. I traveled and then I went to see my mom. And I was staying at by the time I got there, the stupid husband was not around. Like, he traveled for outside juju work. So I was able to stay in the house. And while I was there, one man came, and then he was like, he likes me, that he's not onto making relationships, friendship, boyfriend and girlfriend thing, that he wants a wife. And time to time he was coming, and then my mom was like, this guy is serious, I should just go to him, and then blah blah blah. And it was already time for the husband to come back. So she was like, instead of me to stay here and the husband to come meet me, that I should just go to him. So I had no choice. I had to go to him, and then this man was just using me as a sex machine. Never for once did he try doing what I want. He always wants me to do what he wants. And about a few months later, I gave up and then I left. I just took my bags and then I left. And I have dated like 2 guys after him. And it has not been fun. Yeah, it really has not been fun. I don't know. I have never for once in my life be happy. I mean, you know, when you're happy, that really comes from your heart. When you're happy, that you feel you're happy. Like, when you laugh, you see yourself laughing out of you. I really wish I could do that. Behind this laugh, there is a lot of pain, a lot of stress, a lot of burdens. And then sometimes, is it that I just sit and ask myself, is it that I cannot be loved? If I didn't get even the symptoms of love, just a little bit of it from my family, can I not get it somewhere else? Can I just say I want to die now, and then someone would just be there to stand by me and tell me dying is not the option? Now I am 26. Without no qualification. No educational qualification. I didn't even get the chance to attend school. I didn't get a chance to. Is it so difficult to be loved? Okay, I didn't get it from my family, and then I'm trying to get it from a man. Yeah, of course, people will say I'm still young. I have a long way to go. Hell, yes, I know all of that. I know I have a long way to go. You don't need to tell me. But then, do you know how it feels? Day and night. You didn't have someone to call you. You didn't have someone to test you. You didn't have who you call. Neither do you have who you test. You don't have someone you want to sit and think of, like, what is he doing? Where is he? What about him? And you don't know. You don't have anyone who does same to you. I'm just using the phone for fun. Like, most of the times I just watch Netflix, YouTube, and games. There is no one in there. All the contacts I have is just for fancy phone decorations. And then I met this guy. He's from British. He's a nice guy. But out of all the guys I've seen on earth, if there is another word that I can use as a capital letter, cheats, that is more than a cheat, that is absolutely what he is. He did something, he do something, and then when you caught him, he denies it. Absolutely. You're holding him right-handed. He never accepts that he did it. What is so difficult? Like, what is so difficult for me to get to be loved? You know, at some point, I gave up on God. Yeah, I did. Because what is the need? I thought, what is the need of serving a man, calling on a man, someone who is not even a man, calling on a God, who you serve every fucking day of your life, who you wake up every morning and you thank him, who you want to sleep and then you thank him and call upon him. What is the need of serving a God whom cannot answer your prayer? I've been suffering all my life, and even to date, $26 of my life, there has never been even a little tiniest minutes of peace. Just little. I have lived my 26 years of life smiling for the people. Smiling so people won't think that I am going down while I am actually going down. smiling to make people understand that yes, I can still do it even with the fact that I feel so bad. And what's he doing? What's that God doing? Watching me fall so bad that I cannot stand. And he's not saying anything. He's not doing anything. So yeah, at the point, I gave up on every single thing that has to do with my life. You know, I should have said it with you. I'm sorry. I was just trying to hold the tears so you wouldn't see it. But then I can't hold them anymore. Come on, give her rest. You know, now I had to move to Dubai to continue hustling. To make a living for myself and my family. The same family who rejected me. And I've really been hustling for a while. You know, I came here 1 year ago, and the person who brought me here, I had to pay him 2.5 million, and we agreed. So I was hustling, and I was gonna pay him that 2.5 million anyways, because then I was earning. So when I came, I couldn't really adapt to the situations here on time. I got sick and all of that, so I couldn't work that much. And then I was able to work about almost 500 in 3 months. So he was like that instead of me to renew my visa for a visa change, that I should use that money and then pay for the money I'm owing. And then I was like, even when I have visa, I'm so scared of working outside. Like, just working outside because of the police. And then come to talk of when I don't have the visa, it's going to be hell for me. I'm not even going to go out at all. And then he was like, that's not his business. And then I was like, okay, I'm not ready to risk my life and put myself in a situation where I will not be uncomfortable just to please you. Make money for you and pay you. It's not going to work. It's either you make me go for the visa change, fix it out, or forget about the money. And then he started threatening me that the thing because I didn't swear that you cannot do anything to me, blah 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 blah. And then he said, okay, this is what we're gonna do. He's gonna give me 2 weeks, and within this 2 weeks, it was not even up to 2 weeks. It was 1 week and 4 days. He's gonna give me this 1 week and 4 days to hustle for money for the visa change, which was 2,000 dirhams, 200k in naira. So in these 2 weeks, I tried to hustle for 1,001 dirhams, which was 110,000. So. Sorry, 1,100 dirhams, which was 110,000. So I told him that he should complete the money and then add it to the money which I was paying him. He said never will he do that, and never. Okay. he was holding my passport, so I tried to lure him to give me my passport. And then he said I should bring the money, that I had to bring the money to take my passport. I had to lie to him that I have job that I was going for, work that I was going for, that I could earn like maybe 600 or 700 dirhams, which was 60 to 70,000. So I need my passport to go there, because without my passport I cannot enter the vicinity. So he was like, okay, then I should bring the money which I already got and then come and take it. So that was how I was able to take my passport from this guy. And later on in the night, he came to meet me. That's what happened. I told him that we went to, were three, and I wasn't selected. They selected one of us, and then two of us we came back. So I was so unlucky. And then he was like, okay, bring the passport. I said, okay, then give me back the money. He said, why would he give me back the money? I said, because it's for my visa. He tried to force me to give him back the passport, but then I told him I didn't have it. I gave it to someone to hold it for me. So time continues and time goes. He kept threatening me and all that. And after sometimes I got sick, like really bad. I had IBS. The name of the sickness is IBS, which is terrible. I thought I was going to die. And then all of a sudden Corona came and then fucked everything up for me. Even the little money I had saved, because then I couldn't go for the visa change anymore. There was no way. The little money I had was to survive during the Corona, and even with the rent I wasn't able to pay most times. So even up to now, I have not been able to pay. I have just been in here in Dubai without visa, and then doing one or two things to survive. I can't even go back because I don't even have life in Nigeria to go back to. It's easier for me here, but at the same time it's difficult. But compared to Nigeria, it's easier. I don't know if he actually did something to me, but I don't care. I don't believe in all of that. I really don't. At this point of my life right now, I'm so frustrated and stranded. Like, I'm just imagining how people who are at the top, how they made it. How much they went through to get to where they are.